So, welcome for today's class of B.Ed. Okay, this is Childhood and Growing Up Notes on Chapter 1 Growth and Development of a Child. Okay, Lecture 1. Okay, so this is for first year B.Ed notes from Mumbai University, and the main topic will be Childhood and Growing Up is your main chapter. And okay, it's the main topic is childhood and growing up, and notes the chapter 1 is growth and development of a child. So let us see the first chapter, growth and development of a child. Okay, first thing what I'll have to know is the meaning and principle of growth and development and its differences. Okay, so first let us see the meaning of growth. Okay, what is given here? We are going to learn in the first concept meaning. What we are going to learn? We are going to learn the meaning and principles of growth and development and its differences. Okay, so first let us see what is the meaning, and then let us see the principle of growth and development of its differences. Okay, remember this. Now moving further, that will be meaning of growth. Now let us see the meaning of growth first. Okay, the meaning of growth according to the Encyclopedia Britannica. Growth is the increase in size. What is growth? Is that according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, growth is the increase in size, amount of degree of something. It can be used to describe both physical and non-physical things. Okay, so according to this Encyclopedia Britannica, growth is the increase in size. Okay, increase in size, amount, or you can say degree of something. It can be used to describe both physical and non-physical things. Remember, learn this meaning of growth according to Encyclopedia Britannica. Next, moving towards the next one is according to Elizabeth Hurlock. Okay, meaning of growth according to Elizabeth Hurlock. Let us see. Just wait. Okay, so this is the meaning of growth according to Elizabeth Hurlock. Growth is change in size. Now what is growth? Growth is a change in size in proportion, disappearance of old features and acquisition of new ones. This definition empathizes the quantitative and qualitative changes that occur as organisms grow. Okay, next moving towards now let us see the definition of the growth or meaning of the growth according to Crow and Crow 1965. Okay, now let us see if, according to Crow and Crow 1965, growth is the increase in size. Now what is the growth? Growth is the increase in size, structure and functions of the organism, while development is growth plus those changes in behavior which result from environmental stimulation. Okay, next moving towards this is the meaning of growth according to Crow and Crow. Okay, the meaning of growth is given over here according to Crow and Crow. So next we are going to learn about the characteristic of growth. Okay, now growth has direction. It is a method that proceeds from little to large or from simple to complex in a predetermined path. Okay, next, growth never stops. Okay, growth never stops. Although the rate of growth might change depending on the stage of life, it is a process that takes place through the life of an organism. Okay, you all can take down these notes. Now, first one was the characteristic of growth. So the first thing was characteristic of growth. Under that, growth has direction. Growth never stops. Okay. Now the meaning of, like, what is growth as direction? What it means? It means that it is a method that proceeds from little to large. Okay. Something which is little and from little to large, or from simple to complex, in a predetermined path. Okay. Next was growth never stops. What it means, although the rate of growth might change depending on the stages of life, it is a process that takes place throughout the life of the organism. So you'll have to understand the meanings, right? Next, let us see, growth cannot be halted. Okay, next will be growth cannot be halted. So I can write down, growth cannot be halted. An organism cannot shrink back to its original size or conditions. Growth cannot be halted means an organism cannot shrink back. Okay, cannot shrink back to its original size or conditions once it has expanded. Okay, once you grow up, you cannot be come back to your small size, right? When the height increases, you cannot be when a tall person cannot become short again. Okay, but a short person can grow. So growth can be measured, so it can be quantified in terms of non-physical trait like knowledge, talents. Okay, so talents or abilities, or in terms of physical trait like height, weight, or volume. So let me explain you all about this concept first properly. So when you are putting this line, this I am putting it for your understanding. Okay. So remember this. So when you are talking about growth can be measured, it means that it can be quantified in terms of non-physical trait like knowledge, talents, or abilities, or in terms of physical trait like height, weight, or volume. Next, moving towards the growth. Next, we are talking about the growth is controlled. Okay, earlier it was growth can be measured. Now, it is influenced by a number of things, including has heredity, diet, hormones, and environmental variables. So, how the growth can be controlled? It is actually influenced by a number of things, including heredity, your diet, then hormones, and environmental variables. Next, moving towards the meaning of development. Now, let us see the meaning of development, what it means. Now, it means that the term development refers to the process of alteration and growth that takes place in a body or system over a period of time. It may be used to refer to both intrinsic and extrinsic changes. Okay. For instance, of a child may develop physically through physical growth and development, or mentally through the acquisition of new knowledge and skills. So here, meaning of development is given to you all. Now the term development, it refers to the process of alteration and growth that takes place in a body. Okay, now growth is taking a place in a body, or uh, you can say system, over a period of time. It may be used to refer to both intrinsic and extrinsic changes. For instance, a child may develop physically through physical growth and development, or mentally through the acquisition of a new knowledge and skills. Okay. Next, let us see the meaning of development according to the Encyclopedia Britannica. Now, this is the meaning of development according to Encyclopedia Britannica. Okay, now the Encyclopedia Britannica. So now let us see the Encyclopedia Britannica. The what it is? The meaning of development according to Encyclopedia Britannica. So defines, now what it defines, development has the process of change and growth that occur in an organism or a system over time. You can also take down this. It can be used to describe both physical and non physical changes. For example, a child might develop physically by growing taller and shorter, or develop mentally by learning new things and gaining new skills. According to J.E. Addison, what is the meaning of development according to J.E. Addison? Now, development is not only in the growth of a few inches and the improvement of certain abilities, but in the process of integrating many structures and functions. Now, next, let us see, according to Elizabeth Hurlock, what is the meaning of development? Okay, so moving towards the next topic, according to Elizabeth, right? Now, according to Elizabeth Hurlock, development is a process. Okay, so development is a progressive series of changes that occur in an orderly, predictable pattern as a result of maturation and experiences. Okay, and experiences. So this was the meaning of development according to Elizabeth Hurlock. It is a progressive series of changes that occur in an oddly predictable pattern. You can predict, right? As a result of maturation and experiences. According to Crow and Crow, the meaning of development is growth plus those changes in behavior which result from environmental stimulation. Okay, I can take down the definition, meaning of development according to Crow and Crow. Okay, it is nothing but development is a growth plus those changes in behavior which result from environmental stimulation. Next, let us see the characteristic. Next is the characteristic of development. Now we are talking about the characteristic of. So characteristic of development, it is continuous. Continuous means development is a lifelong process that begins at conception and continues throughout adulthood. It is sequential. Okay, development occur in a predictable order. It means that development occur in predictable order. For example, before a child can walk, they must first learn to crawl. Next, it is cumulative. So development builds on previous skills and knowledge. For example, a child's ability to read and write builds on their earlier language skills. Okay, the next topic will be it is individual. So next it is individual. Each individual develops at their own pace and in their own unique way. Now it is influenced by both nature and nurture. Now let us see it influenced by both nature and nurture is given. Nature refers to the genetic factors that influence development, and what about the nurture? Nurture refers to the environmental factors that influenced by development. Growth and development are two distinct aspects of human development. Growth is the physical alteration that occurs during childhood, including the growth of height and weight, while development is the alteration of cognitive, emotional, and social development, including what it includes? It includes the ability to walk, speak, and interact with others. So you all can take down these notes. Okay, you all can take down, you all can learn, study and learn them. Next is continuation. Okay, now this is the continuation. Okay, next point. Here also next point is there. The growth and development of an individual is affected by a range of development, including genetic, environmental, and nutritional. Genetic play a major role and in determining an individual growth and development. Okay, potential. So the growth and development of an individual. Here we are talking about the growth and development of an individual, and it is affected by the range of elements, including what these elements include: genetic, environmental, and nutritional. Okay, genetic plays a major role in, now this genetic, it is playing a major role in determining an individual growth and development potential. Environmental elements such as dietary habits and health care can also influence an individual ability to reach their full potential. Next, let us talk about growth and development are continuous. Now here you all can take down, growth and development are continuous process that occur throughout an individual's lifetime, although the rate of development slows down during adolescence. Now, the term growth and development are frequently used interchangeable, but there is a slight distinction between them. Growth and development is a broad term. Okay, broad term that accompanies or encompasses a range of bodily, cognitive, social, and emotional alterations that take. Okay, I can take down this if I can't see. Okay, take down these notes. The continuation is right over here. Places in a person from the time of birth to the time of death. These alterations are affected by a variety of elements, including genetic predisposition, environmental factors, and personal experiences. Next is growth is the growth of the organism in terms of cell size and number. This is a quantifiable change. Okay, for instance, a child grow in height and weight. Okay, height and weight. Next, let us see. Next part is continuation only. Growth is the process of an organism, growth in size and cell numbers. It is a quantitative alteration that can be quantified. Development is the gradual change that occurs in an organism as it ages. This changes is quantitative and cannot be measured directly. For instance, as a child grows, they develop cognitive skills and social skills. Next, moving further, let us see the development is the gradual alteration of an organism over time. It is a qualitative alteration that cannot be quantified. Next, moving towards the principle. Okay, this will be in the next lecture. I will be giving you all the principle of growth and development. Okay, in that I am going to teach you all the continuity and sequentiality. Okay, this will be in the lecture 2. So I hope you have understood the notes, and thanks for watching.